What up, Twinzilla? What up, Brocanoni and Cheese? Twinaroni and Cheese. Today's video is gonna be a little bit of a different one. Instead, we're gonna be discussing shit, a amazing movie that I recently saw with my brother. In this movie, Shane, my motherfucking life, bro. Just want y'all to know that. So I highly recommend you guys going out and seeing it. The movie is called Project Hail Mary. Of course, spoilers ahead, I'm going to be discussing how amazing the movie it was. Just talking about it just in general. I'm just gonna be talking about it. So, Project Hail Mary. It basically begins with our main character. His name is Ryland Grace, but he's referred to as Grace for the majority of the movie. It starts off with him teaching in a middle school setting, and he basically talks about the stars. He's a science teacher, but he teaches, as I said, like middle school science. And during this time, there's this thing going on in space where the sun is slowly dimming out, and they want to discover why it's like that. So they send a probe out there, and they basically find this thing called astrophage, and that's pretty much what Grace calls it. But it's a little microscopic, like little alien organism, and it eats like stellar energy. It eats the sun, and it threatens Earth with a global ice age. So of course they're in a big panic. Because of this, they reach the crew that's kind of managing the whole situation, looking for solutions for it. They reach out to Grace because earlier in his career he used to be a scientist that studied microscopic organisms. So they take him back to their research facility, have him review it, and he basically works his way up with more theories. So as he moves up, he's given more clearance to access top secret things, and eventually he gets this big meeting where they basically talk about how devastating everything is. And the plan is that they were able to map out the nearby solar system and identify the singular planet that wasn't being affected by the astrophage. So their plan is to go out there, check it out, and hopefully do something about it. Now, unfortunately, there's a big issue. But how do you get there? It's several light years away. But they were able to figure out that astrophage is an amazing fuel propellant. So that's pretty much how they were able to handle it. And with this knowledge, they were able to use astrophage to fuel the rockets. And he basically, some things happen because it kind of transitions from him living on the spaceship to him, flashing back to life on Earth. Apparently, originally there were supposed to be 3 astronauts: an engineer, scientist, and a pilot. But unfortunately, the scientist died in a matter on Earth. You have to go see the movie. I'm not going to say every single spoiler. Just a quick synopsis. And the scientist dies. There's no other qualified scientist. So they ask Grace to board the ship. I'm not going to say how they do it, get him to board, because he was very reluctant at first. So go see the movie for yourself. So he gets put onto his spaceship, and he gets sent out there. But he has to be put in an induced coma, and he's given a drug to basically forget all of his memories, so that way his brain wouldn't break the entire time. And cryo sleep or whatever it's called, whatever they did. But anyways, So he wakes up all dazed and confused, and he's basically tasked with, how am I gonna solve this crisis that we're undergoing? So with this issue, he's basically tasked with trying to fix it, the whole issue. Ooh, that's going to lose me a lot of health. Oh, survive. Come on, lock it. Yeah. I'll keep free playing. But he's basically tasked with trying to figure it out. As he kind of keeps heading over there, he meets this amazing spaceship that starts mimicking his movements of the spaceship, because he gets freaked out at first. And it has a singular occupant. It's like a spider kind of rock that he meets. Together they kind of become like best friends. And it's like really cute to see and watch. Because they end up being like best friends. It's an amazing dynamic. They're best friends. They're both trapped on there by themselves. And they combine forces because his planet's under threat from the astrophage as well. So they go through a bunch of hazards, and they're able to go to the planet, and they find out that the thing that's stopping the astrophage is also a life form that feeds on the astrophage. So they collect it, and they head back home to their respective planets. Of course, disaster strikes and everything, but it's an amazing movie. I recommend this movie 1000%, you guys. I think it's an amazing watch, and I think if you have any heart, you'll cry during the movie, because I definitely cried. Rocky and Grace, amazing combo, best friends for life. So I recommend you guys watch this movie whenever you get the chance, because it's definitely an amazing movie. Well, that's going to do with this movie. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to upload a video for a few days. I was at work and school. I started school up again just to further my degree and license. But I'm going to try to put some editing in this, try to make it a little bit more fun and engaging. So, you guys take care. See you, Twin Chacho.